Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cook our rice. I just wanted to show everyone a quick trick as far as how much water to put. I know personally I didn't know this before and it's helped out a lot, so you just want to make sure that the water amount is just above your fingernail. That'll make sure that once you boil it on high for 2 minutes, you cover it up and you let it cook on low for about 6 to 8 minutes, that once you take that fork, it will rip apart beautifully and there won't be any extra water and it'll be cooked very thoroughly. Next, we're going to get into our veggie prep. So you're going to cut your zucchini into very thin pieces, and then you're going to set that aside and you're going to do the same thing with your onion. Again, the key is just to make sure that it is very thin pieces. Okay, we're going to season our shrimp and then our steak. I just want to let you guys know you are completely fine to do it however you want to do it, but in the description box below I'm going to put the measurements for how I did it. But again, as long as you season it well and it tastes good, that's all that matters when it comes to how you season your meat. Okay, and then with the steak, all you're going to see me do is season, rub, and repeat, and I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay, let's get to grilling our veggies. So in a cast iron, I'm throwing in the onions and then the zucchini, and we are going to grill that on medium-high heat. You're going to throw in some salt. You can put in pepper or garlic powder if you want, but I just put in salt. And we are going to grill it until the onions soften up. Okay, so at this point, I have been grilling the veggies for about a minute on the oil. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to steam the veggies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of water, and then I'm going to put a lid on top of the veggies and let it soak up all of that water and get rid of any excess moisture. At this point, your onions should be very soft and tender, as well as the zucchini. So we're just going to grill it to get that charred kind of look and for the onions to continue to saute. Once you see that the onions are more of a yellow color, go ahead and set your veggies aside. And now that we're done with our veggies, we're going to go ahead and cook our steak. So to that cast iron, we're going to add a tablespoon of butter, and we're going to let that melt before we go ahead and add our steak. Once that butter is all the way melted, I'm adding in my steak and I'm just bathing it in there. I'm going to grill each side of the steak until it is completely well done. Your preference, completely up to you on how you cook your steak, but I actually do go in and I go ahead to make sure that it is cooked to perfection, which I'm showing you here that it is completely well done. Now that it's done, you're going to set it aside and let's start cooking our shrimp. So go ahead and cook your shrimp. You're going to grill it, flip it, and then set aside, just like we did with our meat. Okay, we're almost done. So lastly, we're going to do our fried rice. So we're going to start off by scrambling our 2 eggs, adding in our veggies, and then finally adding in the cooked rice that we did at the very beginning. Okay, so once my veggie and egg scramble is done, I'm adding the white rice into the middle of the pan and then adding my soy sauce. That way I can make sure that I'm mixing the soy sauce in with the white rice so it's evenly coated before I start adding in the eggs and the veggies. At this point, everything is evenly coated and we can go ahead and get to plating. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to plate our rice. So you're going to get either a round container or a bowl. You're going to put the rice in there and you're going to pack it very tightly. This way, when we flip it, it'll keep that same shape of the container that you had it in. Next, add in your sauteed veggies, your shrimp, steak, and then go ahead and add your yum yum sauce. And here we have it, a beautiful steak and shrimp hibachi with a side of yum yum sauce. It was absolutely delicious, and I hope you and your loved ones enjoy it as well. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe below.